Awesome. Great. All right. As people are joining, again, we still have 16, so I think that might be our number for the day. I'm not really sure. Just kidding, 17. There are about 11 people in the Nearpod. If you haven't joined, feel free to go ahead and use the code. Go to join.nearpod.com, put in the code, or you are free to use the link that I put in the chat for everyone. I'm going to go ahead and get started in just a few seconds here. I want to be prompt and make sure I don't waste anyone's time. You guys probably will have questions, so we're going to go ahead and get started. If you have not gotten the code, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the chat. That's the code to the Nearpod in case anybody else jumps in and needs it. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm so excited to meet with you guys today. We're taking Nearpod video to the next level today for a little while. Really quick to introduce myself, my name is Asia, Asia Long. I am your customer success manager for all of Maryland, but specifically, I'm talking to Anne Arundel County folks today. So I work with the state of Maryland, DC, and I also work with Maine and New Hampshire. But I am a Maryland native. I grew up in Maryland, Calvert County Public Schools. I went to Northern High School. I went to St. Mary's College in Maryland. So I've been in Maryland all my life. I know your area pretty well, spent a lot of time there. And then I decided to become an educator when I was at St. Mary's College, Maryland, and I spent 6 years in the classroom as a third grade and first grade teacher. And then I became a resource teacher for a little bit, for 2 years. And then I moved over to Nearpod as a curriculum writer for a little bit. And now I'm actually in customer success because I love doing this. I love talking to people. I love being engaged with people. I love problem solving. I love planning. So that's a little bit about me. Today, we're planning on exploring Nearpod interactive video features and just explore how and when to use Nearpod interactive video, and then answer any of your questions and concerns. Before we go forward, I want to point out a couple of things. I know most people are in the Nearpod. If you haven't joined, I think it's a great idea to do so, especially because I'm going to show you a great way to not only keep resources, but just create notes and things in your lesson. If you look on my screen is a little bit different from yours because I'm presenting right now, but in your lesson, you're a participant in my Nearpod. If you look on the right-hand side of the screen, you should see a pencil and paper kind of icon. If you click on that, that is a great place to create notes. What will happen is as we go through, you'll be able to take notes on each individual slide that you see, and then you'll also be able to get a copy of the entire presentation to your email or your Google Drive or your desktop once the presentation is done. So I encourage you to go ahead and take advantage of that. It's a great way to just kind of keep your thoughts down, better than using a piece of paper. You have a copy of the presentation and you kind of have all the resources stored that we're going to talk about today. So if you haven't joined the Nearpod, it looks like about 18 people are in, which is awesome. Then I just encourage you to do so. Okay. First, we're going to start off with a poll. I just kind of want to get an idea of how familiar are you with Nearpod? Are you an expert? Have you launched a lesson or two? Have you never logged in before? I just kind of want to know who I'm working with so that I get an idea of what we're going to accomplish today and kind of what things need to be broken down. So if they kick me out of the Nearpod, oh no. Okay, great. I'm so glad you're joining again. Let me know if you have any issues. Go ahead and answer that question. I am in student mode, so I see the same thing you see, but I'm actually going to switch over to teacher mode so that you can get an idea. I'm going to hide student names, so don't feel pressured in here to show your name or not to answer. It looks like most of us have at least launched a Nearpod lesson before, which is awesome. Few people have never launched before. That's also fine. I'm going to go ahead and share our results to everybody. So you can see mostly everyone has had experience in Nearpod in some way. A few people, one person's considering themselves an expert. I love it, which is wonderful. Most people have launched, and that's where we kind of are, which is awesome. Good to know. So, why does our interactive video interest you? What prompted you to come to this today? Okay, if it kicks you out, I would refresh your internet, like just your web browser. Sometimes our internet does weird things. So if it's kicking you out when you try to do the notes, I would just say refresh, give it a second, and rejoin the lesson. If it doesn't work, then I can always give you a copy of what we're going to do today. Again, I've hidden student names, so no worries here. Feel free to say whatever you feel is on your heart. Awesome student involvement. Yes, it is a great way to keep students engaged, and you'll see why. And you'll see, yep, student engagement, always important. Awesome. You can feel free to interact with these notes, by the way. You can heart them if you feel the same way. Um, if you want to make a comment, you are free to. I can make a comment. You can make a comment. It's all anonymous, so no one's going to judge you. You can write, this is just the best choice. Yes, it does keep students on task, which is really cool. Yes. I love it. Wonderful. I'm so glad to hear it. All the reasons why I suggest interactive video is why you all are here, which is great. So um, I want to go ahead and jump in. I'll give everyone a few minutes. Some people are still answering. Yes, it does change things up and get people excited. If there's anybody who doesn't want to post in here and want to come off mute, you can feel free to do that too. If you want to just share um, a reason why you want to kind of test out interactive video. Yes, they are. I totally remember. It's been a little while, not too long since I've been out of the classroom, but MCAP definitely does use that interactive video. I remember kind of prepping my students for that. So it is really great practice to have students kind of practice with interactive video, um, answering questions throughout a video or after a video, looking for context clues, things like that. Really great way to practice those skills. Awesome. Awesome. You guys are off to a wonderful start. So why make video interactive in the first place? Videos can be engaging, but they're ultimately passive. And we know that watching a video is not the same as interacting with the video. And ultimately, we want to make sure that students are engaged and focused and actually learning and doing something. So it is a great way to keep students engaged, which we already talked about. And students can kind of show up what they know using our interactive video feature. We do have the open-ended question and multiple choice questions um, and embedded into our interactive video. So that's a great way for students to show their learning, show what they're understanding or not understanding, and move forward with their learning in that way. You as a teacher can kind of see, are they understanding, or are they really struggling and not really sure where they're going, what they're doing, or completely missing the mark? Um, Teachers already stop videos to ask and answer questions. So this is another level, another way to kind of bring that in. I know it was something that I always did, whether I'm playing a brain pop video or YouTube video. I found there's always those stopping points that I want to get to make sure that we're, on the same page, and allow them to practice and kind of discuss what we've watched, what we've heard, and pull in their prior knowledge to kind of give answers based on what they're watching. So all reasons why you would want to make a video interactive, and what else are we going to do but actually test out an interactive video. So I'm going to do this a little bit backwards. I'm actually just going to give you an interactive video, and there are going to be some moments where you, as the student in this situation, are going to have to interact. I chose a video that I feel like could kind of reach everybody about growth mindset. No matter if you're in kindergarten or you're a senior in high school, growth mindset is always a great topic to kind of tackle. So you all are going to watch this video. So keep in mind, so I'm trying to play two hats. Yes, I'm your teacher right now, but I'm also trying to tell you about how interactive video works. So you have two options of how you could play this. Well, actually three, but today I'm gonna give you two. You can do this as the teacher plays it, and then the questions appear on the student devices, or you can allow your students to play and watch the video and answer questions at their own pace. I trust everyone here. I know that everyone's going to do the right thing. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the option to play this on your own and then answer the questions at your own pace. We'll kind of talk through that experience in a little bit. And unless you guys want me to play it, does it matter? Do you guys feel like you want me to play it and then the questions appear? Is there a particular way that you're leaning toward that you would like to see? You can let me know in the chat or you can unmute. If not, then I'm going to just choose. Great. Play it on your device. Okay. Then I also say you can play. I'm going to go with the first comment. Oh no, majority is about to rule. Okay. I actually like that. So Patricia said, I'm going to do the student play and let you guys work through it so you guys can kind of see what that student interaction is like. So I'm going to go ahead and play that. If you guys want to, we can always launch a video a little bit later and we can try it the other way and have the teacher play and then the questions pop up for you. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the student play. You guys are going to watch the video. It's a very short one, and then you'll answer the questions. So go ahead and continue. As a teacher, you're going to get a pop-up that says students will move through the video at their own pace, and then I can click the blue dots to kind of watch your progress and responses. So keep that in mind as the teacher experience. I do get to see where you are, and we'll talk about what that looks like in a little bit. I'll give you some time. All right. I'm going to point out a couple of things. Hopefully, you were able to get through most of the video. So on the teacher end, I wanted to just show you what my experience is like, what your experience would be like if you are the teacher and you are letting your students play an interactive video and working through at their own pace. So here, you are going to be able to see each individual question as a blue dot. I mentioned that before. That is the stopping point. Those are where the questions are. And you can kind of see, once you click on a blue dot, you'll see the question pop up. You can see I've hidden student names just, for anonymity purposes. But you can choose not to do that. You might not be sharing your screen. So maybe you do want to see what individual students are saying as they are going through. Again, this is an open-ended question. So, kids can kind of type whatever they like. You can prompt a student to say, hey, go back and look at that question. I'd like for you to think about your answer a little bit more. But you are going to get a participation score here in the corner. You're also going to see exactly what students are writing and kind of look at their answers that way. I'm going to skip to my next question. And again, the question is at the top. And right now I just have it in a pie chart form, and it looks like everyone got that correct. What scenario is an example of having growth mindset? You were able to see how many got that correct, how many got it incorrect, and how many did not answer the question. I can also change my view here and make it to just a traditional, ABC, just kind of like the beginning, where you have the student name, you have the participation scores, and then you can see what everyone has answered. And then I'm going to skip to the last one. More of the same question at the top, student name, participation score about everybody who's actually in the Nearpod. And then moving forward, you can kind of see what they've answered as their open-ended question. Would anybody like to share how they felt like that experience was on the student end? Did you like it, not like that experience? You can put it in the chat, or you're free to unmute if you would like.
I do like that it can be kind of like self-paced for kids.
Yeah.
And that you can stop it, ask them a question to check for understanding immediately.
Yes. Yes, it does force kids to answer. You cannot just, nope, you can't. Yes. And you toggle on that. You can make kids answer in order. They cannot skip around, which is a really great feature, which is cool. I love the comments in the chat. Yes, it does keep them accountable. You see that participation score, and then ultimately all roads lead back to our fantastic individual student reports, right? So you get all this information in your student reports, and I can show you what that looks like once we're done, and I go into my actual Nearpod and show you how to create interactive video. Yes. Yes, you can. There is a setting that does not allow students to skip ahead in the video. You have to answer in order, and that is something that you can choose once you're creating your video. Awesome. I'm really glad to hear it. Yes, it is true. So I know that we've kind of run into this issue in general. I've just noticed that some videos don't play on the student device based on YouTube. Yeah, it definitely can be frustrating. I know it comes down to ultimately each individual counties or districts rules with filtering videos. We do our best. I always say, like, our individual Nearpod originals and Nearpod videos will play for you, always play for you. So that, I would just say kind of look through content and see if there's anything in there that would kind of help kind of skirt around YouTube. Obviously, YouTube is a much bigger platform than our Nearpod videos, but I would say, use our content, use what's in the library to kind of create these video experiences without having the pushback of YouTube in a way. So, and I'll show you what that looks like in a little bit. All right, so let's learn how to make interactive videos. This is what you all came for. That is the whole point of this. So these are just some steps of how to create that interactive video. Very straightforward. You can start with any video, like we talked about YouTube. You can search a YouTube video up. You can go into your personal library. Maybe you've recorded a video or have saved a video. And you can also go into our library resources. And our library resources have those questions already built in for you. So you will see those existing blue dots when you go in and try to edit and trim a video or add your own questions. Of course, you can remove those if you want, but we, as Nearpod as a platform, has given you kind of options on how to ask questions, and what we thought, our curriculum team thought, would be a great way to assess students throughout a video. You can also add your own formative assessment through multiple choice or open-ended questions. You all were able to experience both when you were in the video that I shared. Yes, they can go back in the video. That's a great question. I'm so glad you love the Nearpod library. I love it too. I've written some content in there and created some of those videos, so I really love it. um, so yes, you can add multiple choice questions or open-ended questions. Multiple choice questions are very straightforward, A, B, C. You choose which one is best. And then open-ended questions are really cool because there's a lot of different features. You can type, you can auto record you can add in pictures and things like that. So the open-ended questions gives you a vast number of options for answering, and kind of can reach all students, which I think is really cool. And then you can teach in any settings. You can project your video. We talked about that experience a little bit. Or you can have students join on any device and watch the video and go through on their own. We're going to go through the three. Oh, also, we're going to go through the three opportunities for how to project a video, but it does create more flexibility. You can share your video on its own within your Nearpod lesson. You can easily add an interactive video in an existing lesson. Maybe you have slides already. Is there dictation? I don't want to answer that because I don't want to be wrong, but yeah, yes, yes. I'm thinking yes. When I think about audio recording, the audio record feature, yeah. Yes, you can do a voiceover as well. That's one of my other presentations today. But yes, you can do a voiceover and kind of give direction using your voice, or a student can answer by recording themselves in an open-ended question. Um, So what I was saying was there is a way to really quickly add an interactive video. So again, interactive videos don't have to be in a lesson. Nearpod, you don't have to do a whole Nearpod to do Nearpod. It can be a standalone video. It could be a center activity. It could be a rotation activity. It could also just be embedded in an existing lesson that you have. Very easy experience to create a video or an interactive experience for your students using a video. Those three ways to deliver instruction. So live participation, the teacher controls the pace of the lesson, and the student, you can see the student responses, which is what we kind of talked about, in real time with reports. And then the students participate on their devices, which is kind of what we're doing right now. I didn't really give you the student paced experience until I actually let you do the video on your own. So in that student paced experience, you are sharing the lesson code as the teacher, or you're giving students a few slides and dictating which slides are going to be student paced. So you can do live to student paced in a lesson if you want. And then the student is participating on their devices at their own pace. And then front of class, which is kind of like our newer version of this, is you're projecting the lesson to the front of the class and facilitating that conversation and discussion and predetermined moments. So your students are engaged without their devices. I know this can be really appealing to a lot of teachers, considering there is so much on-screen time, and people might feel some kind of way about on screens and computers. But there is an opportunity for you to still use things like our interactive video in your classrooms without having students on devices. So those are our three options. And funny enough, you can use all three in one lesson if you really want to. We can start out live paced and go through each individual slide, and then maybe you want students to be self-paced for a little bit, student-paced for a little bit, and you give them 5 slides that they need to work through on their own, and then maybe you have students put their devices away, and you do the rest of the lesson from the front of the class. All those things can be done pretty seamlessly throughout a lesson, so I encourage every type of teacher, whether you like to get up there and, talk for a few minutes, whether you want students to have those independent experiences or you don't want devices in front of your students at all, and you are kind of working through the content with them. I think all three are a great idea. And you can add video and interactive video to any and all of them. Questions so far?
So videos wouldn't necessarily be blocked then, right? Because sometimes when they try to open up a video on YouTube, it gets blocked on their device. So if we embed it, does it get blocked?
It would depend on the security settings for your specific county. So it really is going to depend on what Anne Arundel County as a whole has decided is appropriate and not appropriate. Nearpod does have a safe search YouTube feature, so that's what we use on our end. But that kind of changes throughout, the state of Maryland, districts, schools. It really just depends on your security features.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Any other questions? You can put them in the chat. You're free to unmute. Could you go to the extra step and convert and before? There is a way to, I know there's definitely a way to do MP3s. You can upload your own video. MP4 is your own video. So you could do that. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, you could. Thank you. I didn't know if you were asking or telling. Any other questions? I'm going to actually jump into my own personal Nearpod and kind of walk you through this process to kind of show you how easy it can be and the different options that you have. And then I'm also going to give you time to go in on your own and kind of create an interactive video. So just be prepared. Awesome. Oh, one more thing. All of your favorite videos. So we have tons of content partners. This grows and changes every single day. All of our content partners do have videos. So, you have your Learn Zillion videos, you have, BBC videos, wherever, anybody that you really want to pull a video from, we probably have a partnership with them in some way. So I will take you through our content partners, where to find them and how to find their videos. So that is some really, really important stuff there. You're not just limited to YouTube. You're not just limited to our videos, but all of our content partners as well. And of course, all those things, standards aligned. So you can search by standard. You can look by subject. You can look by topic, all those things that you can do. And then, of course, our questions are built in. So that is a really cool experience. And then we have our Nearpod original videos. I've talked about that a little bit. Those are near and dear to my heart. I love our Nearpod original videos. They're really fun. So of course we have we think relevant content, creative content. Of course, it's all research-based and lots of characters from diverse background, cultures, races. We try to include everybody. So your students should be able to see themselves in some of our Nearpod videos, from our hosts to our characters, to the music that we use and the scenarios that we use. We definitely try to reach everyone where they're at. And then our questions are built in to save you time. And then I'm going to take you into my personal Nearpod. Might look a little crazy in here, so just bear with me. So the quickest way to just launch a video is to go to your create button and choose video. Now, when you do this is just a standalone video. This is not a full-blown lesson. I will show you how to go in and add a video to a lesson in just a moment. But if I want to do a standalone video, I'm going to click create, click video, and then it's going to take me to all of our video library. And then I'm in the video library right now. I can search by standard, by state. Ooh, I'm going to go ahead and choose Maryland because that's where we are. I can choose subject. If I want to declare that, I can choose by subject again. I can choose by grade level. So maybe I'm an 8th grade science teacher. It's going to give me all the 8th grade science videos. And here we also have the YouTube tab where you can search videos here. My videos that maybe you've saved, that you really love, that you want to keep on hand and get to very quickly. You can put them in my video. And then you have your options to upload a video. So you can drag a file here. You can take it from your Google Drive, Dropbox, all of those options. You can kind of upload a video here. For now, I'm going to go back to the video library. I'm a science teacher and I teach 8th grade. And I really am, I want to talk about photosynthesis because that is what we're talking about. So I'm in the teacher experience, what this would look like. So I've clicked on that video and I can play it, of course. I always encourage everyone to play their videos before you share them with students. Those blue dots are those built-in questions we talked about. Those are already there. Another feature that we have that I didn't really touch on is our trim feature. Trim feature is awesome because you literally can make a video shorter. Maybe you just want a few minutes of it. And I want, I want 1 minute and 9 seconds of this video directly in the middle. You can trim your video to make it as long or as short as you need it to be. Which is really cool. And then playback speed, you can choose based on your students. I don't know, some students might, need to listen to the slower audio. You can choose that for them if you would like to. Video quality is there. And then you can go through and check out each individual question. You're going to, this is the first question is an open-ended question, and I'm going to choose edit. And it's going to take me directly to this open-ended question. I'm happy with what it looks like. I'm happy with the placement. I click save, it stays. If I want to add another opportunity, you can do that. So maybe I'm 40 seconds into the video and I really want to do a multiple choice. This button right here says add activity at 40 seconds. And it's going to give you my activity options. Do I want to do an open-ended question or do I want to do a multiple choice question? I want to do a multiple choice question. I'm just going to write true or false just for fun. And then you have your answer options here, true, false, and then you can choose which one is the correct answer. We have a math editor here. So my math folks, don't be discouraged. You can, we have exponents, roots, we have all kinds of math types in here, functions, equations, so that you can still project and ask questions about math content without losing its meaning and using the correct math type. I'm happy with the question. I'm going to click save. I don't like this question here. I'm going to remove it. So I'm going to say edit. I want to delete the activity. Are you sure you want to delete it? Yes, I do. It's going to bring me back to the original video and it is gone. And then, like I said, maybe and it's going to stop. That's where my question is that I answered. Am I happy with the placement? I can move it if I would like to. I can move my question. Maybe I don't want it at 40 seconds. I want it at 42 seconds. I can move it up. Can you edit the question or do you delete and add a new question? You can edit the questions. So these, the ones that already exist as the blue dots, you can edit them by clicking the word edit and then going in and deleting it, changing it, and saving it. Yes. Yes. Math folks, don't get discouraged. Nearpod is for you too. A lot of great opportunities. Yes, you can change multiple choice. You could change question type if you like. So maybe this is an embedded question that came with the video. I'm going to click edit. Um, I can change the question here. Maybe I don't want an open-ended question. I think a multiple choice is better here. I'm going to go ahead and delete that activity. And in that same spot, I can add an activity and I can choose multiple choice instead. Yes, so you would have to delete. Oh, it's going to make me add something here in order to save it. Questions about that so far? And then I'm going to save the whole video if I'm happy with it. And it's going to go directly into my, my library here. And then you can choose live participation like we talked about, student pace, or front of class, depending on the experience you would like students to have. Okay. Questions about just standalone video by itself? I'm going to jump into a lesson that I know already exists and show you what that looks like, adding a video into a lesson that is already there. I'm going to edit this one. Not sure what it is. All right. I'm going to edit this math lesson that I have. This is use for operations to solve problems. Great. I really want to add a video into this experience somehow. We already have Draw It. We have some fun stuff. Great. But I really want to add content. I'm going to click that button and it's going to take me to all of the different activities that we have here. It gives you slide options, slideshow, PDF, sway, audio, interactive. First one is video. I'm going to click on that and I'm going to click the add button. And it's going to take me back to that video experience. So all of our videos that we have here, maybe I'm going to search by state standard, Maryland, in math, and I don't remember what. Great. So these are all our math videos that fourth grade math videos that fall under the Maryland state standards. They're all here. Great. I'm looking. Oh, this is it. This is the one I really want. It already has its questions in it. I'm happy with it. I'm saving it. Where'd my video go? Where'd you go? Oh, it's at the end. I'm not happy with the placement. I'm going to go ahead and move it. I want it after slide 33. There you go. And then I'm happy. I'm going to save and exit. And my lesson's updated. And then I have one more thing I want to show you before I open it up for more questions to give you time to kind of work through doing this on your own. So in our Nearpod library, we have our featured lessons and things here, but I really want to take you to publishers. That is where you're going to find all of our content partners. Everybody under the sun is here, from virtual reality to ABC Mouse, anybody that you really can think of and use. And if you don't see somebody, then most likely we're working on a partnership with them. Khan Academy is here, Math Antics, everybody is here. And maybe I really, I guess I'm stuck in math and that's totally fine with me. This is all that they have. These are lessons, videos, and I really love this particular one. This is great. I can preview it and look, it already has those questions built in that we've done for you. You can go in and add your own, and then you can add that to your lessons, and it is now in your lesson library for you. They have to be assigned by you. I'm doing another session on student tools actually right after this. And students do not have the same experience as a teacher, but they do have student accounts. You have to assign this in order for them to access it. They do not have access to our Nearpod library, but they can, if you allow them to, they can use YouTube to enhance their lessons when they're presenting a Nearpod for their class. Can you assign to a specific student? Let me show you. Let me see if I can go in and we usually do. I know for you can. So what you could do if you want to assign to a specific student is give them a specific code. So maybe you have an absent folder that you keep. You can create a, you know, um, no, missed work folder, and that is where you kind of put your videos and lessons for students who have missed work or missed school, and give them specific codes and for them to go through a student paced lesson and complete that work, and then you'll get the student report at the end. I'm going to quickly show you a student report, what that looks like. We're still in this lesson. This is a live participation lesson, and we started this lesson at 8:46. And as the teacher, you're going to see their total participation score, and then break down each individual activity. And then you can click on video, and you'll get a report just on the video, just on poll, just on those things. But we're talking about video right now. So you can kind of go through and see what they did during the video and how they answered questions, how they answered their open-ended questions during the video, what they got wrong, what they got right, their multiple choice questions, selections, all of that. And you can do that by class, or you can break it down by student name. All roads lead back to our beautiful activity reports and student reports. Questions about that? Teacher assigns the student can, oh, yes, that's what we're talking about. Awesome. I'm going to jump back in to our lesson really quick. And I know that we have a few minutes, but I wanted to just get your ideas on how you plan on using interactive video, how you can encourage interactive video to your colleagues, and around the county in general. I'd love to hear some ideas of what you're thinking. I've heard everything from just quick assessments as far as video, interactive video goes, or absent work. Great way to get students caught up in an interactive and engaging way. And so yeah, I'd love to hear, yes, fun homework activities. I'd love to hear how you're going to incorporate that and what you could do, what you took away from this. If you're not sure, maybe you just want to say what you liked and what you hope to do one day. Agreed. Testing season is coming, whether we like it or not, folks. And so I think it's a great opportunity for to practice for MCAT. Yes, remediation. Jumping in the chat a little bit. Yes, author's purpose. There's fabulous Black History Month lessons, fables, text features. All those things are awesome. Biographies. Yes, quick assessments. I love it. And of course, you have those student reports at the back end, so you kind of can see where you're going next great for small groups just to kind of get an idea of where students are. Yes, you can share a lesson that you've created. I can show you how to do that. Yes, absolutely. Please edit as you wish. We want to make it a seamless experience and an easy experience. Well, that's why we provide the questions embedded for you, but we know it's not a one size fits all. It shouldn't be a one size fits all. So please, like, edit those lessons, edit those questions, make it your own. But if worse comes to worse, I think we've done a stand up job of kind of giving you those important questions that we would naturally ask in those interactive videos. Yes, independent work. I love the idea of having this as like a rotation, like for centers or during guided reading time, small groups. This being a center in an engaging way, it keeps kids accountable. You see who's doing what, but it also, you're keeping them accountable, but you're also, doing something fun and still kind of getting an idea of what they're understanding or not understanding, which is awesome. Yes, providing equity. Thank you. That's a great idea. Embedding the videos into professional development. I don't know who does professional development, but it's a great way to even keep your audience captive. Um, it's a great way to see what your audience is feeling, how they're understanding. The best way for me to provide, professional development for you guys is to get you in there. So I totally encourage taking a few minutes. I know you guys have only a few minutes between sessions, but I think it's a really great idea to get in there and play around with it. There's nothing like being in the platform and kind of doing it for yourself. It is very simple. So I think it's a great way to just familiarize yourself and, even encourage somebody else to try it. Um, awesome. Thank you. With Nearpod, do the slides need to go in order or can student responses to which slide they go to next? That is a fantastic idea. Like if you answer in a certain way, it can skip to a certain um, part of the lesson. That is not something that I know that we do, but I am going to put that in to a suggestion to our product team. To think about like how we could do that and how we can have that adaptive technology for students based on how they're answering and what they know, just kind of predictive, like how MCAP and those online tests are. um you get a certain question wrong, you get a certain type of question. After you get it right, you go to a different part of the lesson. I think that'd be a really cool thing for us to kind of tap into as a company. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. I want to leave you with a few resources. First, your uh, uh, I work with Stephanie and Carrie pretty regularly, and they have done a fantastic job creating a support page that has Nearpod updates. It has pretty much everything under the sun, how-to videos, everything that any questions, and it has you can kind of click onto their support page, and it will take you to our Nearpod help desk and things like that. I think it's a great way to kind of utilize what's already there and what's already curated for you. So please, please, please check out the Nearpod support page that Anne Arundel County has. And I've linked a couple of uh, articles, help desk articles that talk about creating interactive video, how to require responses and prevent video skipping, and then how to create interactive video on the student end. So through the student accounts, which Anne Arundel County does have, students can create an interactive video experience. It is limited, um, but it is an experience that they can create and present to their classmates. It is very, heavily monitored. The teacher has to give permission. You have to join the lesson. You have to approve pretty much everything that they put out. And you have to be a co-teacher in the lesson for them to present. But it is a very cool idea to have students engaged in interactive video. And kind of having them create that experience for their classmates and even getting those student reports after, analyzing that, kind of going through the experience of being a teacher and being a leader in the classroom. And then, of course, there's me. If you have questions, concerns, anything at all, like I said, I love to help. I love to plan. I love to provide support. So I am just an email away if you ever need anything. Yes, the student does have to be in a lesson in order for a student to present. My next session is on student tools and student accounts. So if you want to know more about that, then pop over to student engagement using student Nearpod tools, because that is exactly what I'm going to be talking about and walking through that experience. So I know we have 5 minutes left. If there are any questions at all, please feel free. Can you really quick show them how to share? Oh yes, share a lesson between teachers. Absolutely. So I'm going to go back to my lessons. And this is the math lesson that we were just in. When you're in your library, you're going to click those 3 dots at the top, share with teachers. And you're going to get a couple of options. You can email it. You can send it through a social media link. You can send it through a regular link. You can embed it. You can also send it through Remind. So maybe you're sending it out to parents when there's a snow day, even though we haven't had snow at all. When a student is absent, you can send it through the Remind app and they can get that student-paced lesson. You can send a preview only link. So maybe you're just sending it for approval for like your team lead or curriculum lead. They can do the preview only link, or you can do the editable link. So maybe you're sharing it within your team. You can send it to a teacher and they can put it in their library and then be able to edit that lesson along with you. So that is how you would share a lesson or video. This is just a video right here. Again, you would just share it. Yes, you can share, you can print the PDF. So you can export a lesson. So you can also add it to your school or district library. That in itself is a pretty limited. Not everybody can just add to the district library. You need permission, but your school library, if there's a curriculum team at the school level or your team wants to create a folder at the school library level, then I think that's a wonderful idea. You can also create your own folders, but you can also export with a PDF. And then you can send it to your local drive or your Google Drive, and you'll have a kind of PDF version of your lesson to send to, like you said, your co-teachers, or you can make somebody a co-teacher in your lesson if you want to. So really quickly, how you would do that. If I do live participation of a lesson, I can get a co-teacher link, and that co-teacher link is going to let you send it out to like your co-teacher, or maybe you have a push-in model where your special ed teachers coming in providing services and you want them to have control over the lesson, maybe in the back of the classroom for a different reason. You can give them the co-teacher link and they can also be in that lesson with you and kind of have all the teacher features like you do. Any other questions before we head out? Yes, and for subs. Oh, no, subs, you don't need to do a co-teacher. You need to give them sub plans, you guys. Sub plans. You click on sub plans. You create a new sub plan. You date it or name it, whatever you want. And then you can add lesson for the entire day in sub plans. And then you can add whatever lessons you want. But then you also can give them, you can tell if it's 1 class, 2 classes, or whatever. And then at the dashboard, you can send the subplan. You can give them admin information, class notes, emergency procedures, school information, and then you put in their email or phone number and send it out to them. So yes, you could use it for substitutes if you want to print it out, or you could just actually send them the Nearpods and they'll have access to your lesson. I hope I was able to answer questions. Again, I am more than happy to support in any way if you have questions or concerns. Thank you guys so much. I know that you are jumping to another meeting in a few. I'm going to hang back a little bit before I jump into my next meeting. If there's any last minute questions, oh, you're very welcome. I'm so glad I was able to help. And you guys, awesome. Well, if you, whoa. If you can't attend the next session, no problem. Contact me. I can get you the resources, or I know Stephanie can get you the resources if you need something. I'm so excited to hear how this goes, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful day and enjoy the rest of your professional development day. Thank you so much.
Hold tight. I need to put in the form for everyone to fill out. Just give
Oh.
me 1 second, and I'm going to put it in the link for you. Give me a minute.
Sorry, I didn't
No,
realize. I'll let people go. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. It's coming right now. I'm just going to put it in here. I should have put it in at the beginning, but there you go. You just fill out that attendance link. That would be awesome.
Do you need me to do it as well?
No, this is so for Unified Talent, they're getting credit for their sessions that
Awesome.
and so it helps us get the credit, for the right sessions.
No problem.
But
All
thanks,
right.
Asia.
No problem. Thank
really
you so much for
appreciate it.
having me. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next session if you're there.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. I'll keep this one open so you can still get the form link. And then you can jump over to the next session whenever you're ready.